Kidsies, Miss Sailing here with your math lesson for today. Before we get started, I'd like to warm up our brains. I have some flashcards. They're 10-frame flashcards here, and I'm going to show you them, and I'm going to see how fast you can get the number. Okay, so now remember, a 10-frame. A 10-frame, if it is completely full with all of these black dots, okay, that is how many? 10. It's full. So then if you see that, you can instantly go, oh, 10, and then count on. 11, 12. 12. Okay? So some of them might have more than one 10-frame that's full. Then you can count by 10s and then count on. Or if you know that the top row is worth how much? 5, you can add 5 or count by 5s. So, here we go. Ready? Oh, 13. Ready? Ooh, not that one. Ready? 6. Should have saw 5 and then counted on 6. Ready? Ooh. 18. And here's a hard one. Ready? 10, 20, 30. Good job. All right, we're going to go on to math. We are on 14.2 today. 14.2 is talking about defining and non-defining attributes of 2D shapes. Remember, we're just working on 2D shapes right now. Those are our flat plane shapes. So, your solvent here today is are all these figures the same kind of shape? Explain how you know. So you're looking at all of these figures. There's 5 of them. Are all of them the same shape? Explain how you know. So I want you to think about that for a second. Okay? Think about what shape you see. What makes it that shape? Yesterday we talked about sides and vertices. Remember, the vertices are like the corners, okay, where 2 sides meet. Do all of these shapes on here have the same amount of sides? Do all of them have the same amount of vertices? Think about that for a second. If you need to talk it over with an adult, go ahead and do that. But the question is, are all of these the same kind of shape? Explain how you know. If you need more time, you can go ahead and pause it. Otherwise, you can come back and join us. Your I can statement today is I can define 2D shapes by their attributes. So yesterday we talked about attributes, that vocabulary word. Can you say attributes? Okay, we talked about how that means like the characteristics. What makes it that shape? What makes a square a square? 4 sides, equal sides. They're the same length. 4 vertices. 4 sides, 4 vertices. Okay, that makes it 4 straight sides, I should say. That makes it a square. That's an attribute, okay? A side is an attribute. A vertice is an attribute. So, were all of these the same shape? If you said yes, you are correct. What shape? Okay, 3 sides, 3 vertices makes it a triangle. Now, they were all different kinds of triangles, but if you looked at them, I'm going to show you again. Okay, if you took a look at them, you saw that all of these had 3 sides, 3 straight sides, and all of them had 3 vertices. Okay? Therefore, all 5 shapes are triangles. Now, they're not the same kind of triangle, but they are all a triangle. They have 3 straight sides and they have 3 vertices, and they are all closed. Okay? All of these shapes are closed. We have no gates that are open, letting anything out. That also makes it a shape. Remember, if there were any openings, any holes, okay, it would not be the same. So the fact that they are all closed makes it the same. Now, yes, they are all different colors, okay? A color is a characteristic, but it doesn't define the shape. So when we talk about defining and non-defining, okay, a color is a non-defining attribute. It doesn't define if it's a triangle or not. Oh, that's yellow, that's not a triangle, okay? That's a non-defining shape. Defining, straight sides, vertices. So that's kind of what we're talking about today, okay? I got the website working, so we are going to watch our visual. That was our solve and share, just like we do in the classroom. Now we're going to go on, and we are going to watch our visual with our little robot. So, here we go.
Are these all the same kind of shape? Let's find out. How are these shapes alike?
So, they asked you a question. How are those shapes alike? Let's look. How many sides do all 3 of these shapes have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all have 4 sides, straight sides. How many vertices do they have? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all have 4 vertices. So how are these shapes alike? What shape has 4 sides, 4 vertices, but yet take a look at the sides? Are they all equal, the same length? No, these are longer than these sides. So what shape has 4 sides that aren't the same length, but yet still 4 vertices? If you guessed a rectangle, you are right. But think about what we looked at to see if they were the same shape or how they were alike.
One way they are alike is they all have 4 sides and 4 vertices. They are also all closed shapes. How are these shapes different?
I'm going to pause it really quick. So the defining attribute was the fact that they had 4 sides and 4 vertices and they were all closed. Now we're going to talk about the non-defining attribute. How are they different? We'll take a look at it. How are they different? What do you notice about the coloring?
They are different colors and sizes. They are also in different positions. Shapes are defined by the number of straight sides and vertices, and whether they are closed or not. This is a closed shape. It has 4 vertices and 2 pairs of sides that are the same length. What is the name for a shape that is a closed figure and has 4 vertices and 2 pairs of sides that are the same length?
What is this shape?
This shape is a rectangle.
Good.
Are all of these shapes rectangles?
What do you think?
Select your answer.
Are all of them rectangles? Do all of them have 4 straight sides? Do all of them have 4 vertices? Okay, even though the sides aren't equal. We talked about how non-defining, it doesn't matter if they're this different colors or if they're different sizes or they're going a different way. That doesn't matter, but do they have 4 sides, all of them? Do they all have 4 vertices, and are they all closed? If the answer is yes, then all of these are rectangles.
Yes, they all have the traits needed for rectangles. Why are these shapes not the same kind of shape?
So let's look at that. Why aren't those the same kind of shape? Do all of them have straight sides? Well, there's one answer. No, they don't. So it can't be the same. Do all of them have the same, or do these, so we know that doesn't even have straight sides. Do these have the same number of sides? No, this has 4 and this has 6. Okay, remember they have to have the same number of sides, straight sides, to make it the same kind of shape. Okay, we're going to keep going.
This shape has 4 sides and 4 vertices. This shape has no vertices. This shape has 6 sides and 6 vertices. Shapes are not defined by color. Even though the shapes are the same color, they are not the same kind of shape.
That's important.
These shapes are all blue, but there is a rectangle, a circle, and a hexagon. What is each of these shapes? How do you know? These are all rectangles. Each one is a closed shape with 4 sides and 4 vertices. 2 pairs of sides on each shape are the same length. Are all of the rectangles in the same position? No, they are not all in the same position. Are all of the rectangles the same size? No, they are not all the same size. Does size or position determine if the shapes are rectangles?
We talked about that in the beginning. Does it matter if they are a different size? Does it matter if they are a different position? No, it doesn't. As long as they have 4 vertices and 4 straight sides, okay, that is the defining factor of a rectangle.
No, shapes are not defined by size or position. Now you know which attributes define shapes and which attributes do not.
All right. We are going to go on. So, we talked about non-defining and defining attributes, okay? What defines a shape? The number of sides, okay, and the number of vertices. That is what tells if it's all the same shape. Color doesn't matter, position doesn't matter, and size doesn't matter. So, let's look at the guided practice for today. All squares, so here's a square, all squares are blue. Is that correct? Does that make a square if it's blue or not? No, it could be orange, it could be green, it could be purple. What about have 4 equal sides? Is that a defining attribute? Do all squares have to have 4 equal sides to make a square? Yes. Are closed squares? Does a square have to be closed to make it a square, to make it a shape? Yes. Are small? Could you have different sizes and still have a square? You sure can. Okay, so attribute has to have 4 equal sides, has to be closed, and it forgot one, which is fine, it didn't need to have it, but it also needs to have 4 vertices as well. Okay, so what I want you to do is I would like you to do 2 and 3 on your own. Okay, you can pause it, but it's the same thing we just did. It's saying all triangles. The directions say circle the words that are true for each shape. So now we're doing triangles. What makes a triangle a triangle? All triangles have to have 3 sides, have to have equal sides. Think about our solve and share. Did all of those triangles have equal sides? Are tall and are orange. Circle the one or ones that are true, and then what's true about circles. Okay, so you can pause it and just circle it with your finger or talk about it with an adult, or you can write it out if you really want to. So that is it for today's math lesson. We just wanted to talk more about what makes a shape a shape. It's defining attributes. Okay, so that is it for today. I will be back in a little bit with your STEM challenge. It's more of a STEAM challenge because we're adding the A in there today. It's going to be a little fun art project. So I'll be back with that. But enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that you get outside and play. It's going to be beautiful out, and I will be back with your STEAM challenge in a little bit. Bye for now, Smarties.